The notification, a seemingly innocuous ping on my phone that sent my world spiraling out of control. I'd been married to Emily for 16 years, a bond I believed to be unshakable. We had two wonderful kids, and a life that, while not perfect, felt solid. Or so I thought. That notification, a tip off from a friend about a suspicious rendezvous, cracked the veneer of our marriage wide open, exposing a truth I was wholly unprepared to face. "Check this out, David," my buddy James said, his voice laced with hesitation. He handed me his phone, showing a screenshot of Emily entering a hotel with her boss, Patrick. The image was grainy but unmistakable, her silhouette, her favorite coat, the casual ease in her stride as she walked alongside him. My heart sank, but my mind resisted. "This can't be what it looks like," I muttered, trying to steady myself. Yet, deep down, I knew. There was a growing chasm between us that I could no longer deny. Emily had been distant for months, her criticisms cutting deeper and her affection waning. I had brushed off the signs, a barrage of late nights at work, secretive texts she claimed were just friends, and a newfound enthusiasm for her appearance that seemed to exclude me entirely. Looking back, I felt foolish for how readily I'd ignored it all, chalking it up to the stresses of life and marriage. But now, faced with this damning image, I couldn't turn a blind eye any longer. I needed clarity, but confronting her outright would lead nowhere. Emily had a way of twisting the narrative, and without solid proof, I feared I'd be painted as paranoid. I turned to James, whose knack for technology and unwavering loyalty made him my best ally. Together, we delved into Emily's digital world. It was a rabbit hole I'd never imagined descending, uncovering hidden files and deleted messages that painted a picture far worse than I could have anticipated. The affair wasn't just a fling, it was a meticulously maintained double life. For 2 years, Emily and Patrick had shared more than stolen glances. They had secret getaways, intimate conversations, and even inside jokes about their ability to keep the affair hidden. Patrick wasn't just her boss, he was her confidant, her lover, her partner in betrayal. Reading those messages was like enduring death by 1,000 cuts. Each line, each declaration of affection was a blow to the foundation of trust I'd built with her. The final nail came in the form of an upcoming plan, a weekend rendezvous at the Grand Horizon Hotel. The audacity of it both infuriated and steeled me. I wasn't about to let this continue under my nose. That's when I decided to reach out to Patrick's wife, Monica. Monica's reaction was a mix of shock and fury. She had been as oblivious as I was, and the news shattered her world in an instant. "We need to confront them," she said, her voice trembling. And so together, we devised a plan to catch our spouses red-handed. This wasn't about revenge, but about closure, a moment of undeniable truth where all their lies would crumble. The day of reckoning arrived. My heart raced as I walked into the hotel lobby, the divorce papers in my briefcase feeling heavier than they should. Monica was already there, her expression a mirror of my own turmoil. We didn't need words. Our shared pain said enough. We waited, watching the revolving doors with a mix of dread and anticipation. When Emily and Patrick finally appeared, their laughter felt like nails on a chalkboard. They looked so carefree, so oblivious to the storm awaiting them. I stepped forward, blocking their path. "Emily," I called, my voice louder than I expected. She froze mid-step, her face draining of color. "David? What are you doing here?" she stammered, panic flashing in her eyes. I pulled out the papers and handed them to her, my hands steady even as my insides churned. "You've been served," I said, my tone colder than I'd ever thought possible. Monica followed suit, confronting Patrick with her own set of documents. The scene that unfolded was chaotic. Emily pleading, Patrick blustering, Monica furious. But amidst the chaos, I felt an odd sense of calm. The truth was out, and there was no going back. Emily's excuses came in a desperate rush. "It's not what it looks like. I can explain," she cried, tears streaming down her face. But I couldn't bear the lies any longer. "For 2 years, Emily? Don't insult me by pretending this is a misunderstanding." When she reached for my hand, I pulled away. "This marriage is over." The days that followed were a whirlwind of emotion, anger, sadness, relief, and a profound sense of loss. Emily begged for another chance, invoking our history and the children as reasons to reconsider. Friends and family weighed in, some urging forgiveness, others commending my resolve. But trust, once shattered, is a fragile thing. I couldn't rebuild something so broken, nor could I subject my children to a facade of reconciliation. Surprisingly, Monica became a source of solace during this time. We leaned on each other, our shared pain forging an unlikely friendship. Over time, our bond deepened, and while neither of us sought romance, there was comfort in knowing we weren't alone. As for my children, the fallout hit them hardest. My daughter, in particular, directed her anger squarely at Emily, refusing to speak to her for weeks. I tried to encourage her to maintain a relationship with her mother, emphasizing that our love for her hadn't changed. It was a delicate balancing act, shielding them from the worst while being honest about what had happened. Finalizing the divorce brought closure, but also a bittersweet sense of finality. I mourned the life I'd built with Emily and the future I'd envisioned for our family. Yet, in choosing to end the marriage, I reclaimed a part of myself I'd nearly lost. Betrayal cuts deep, but allowing it to continue would have eroded my soul. Now, as I sit here reflecting on everything, I'm struck by the resilience I didn't know I possessed. Life after betrayal is hard, but it's also an opportunity, a chance to rebuild, to grow, and to rediscover happiness on your own terms. For me, that journey is just beginning, and while the scars remain, so does the hope for a brighter tomorrow.